Andy McNamara alongside a digital athlete NFT for UFF Sports, a NFL legend, an AFLL player, and my co-host on just about everything we do with UFF Sports, the great Eric Metcalf. Eric, welcome. How are you?
I'm good, thanks, and thanks for having me.
Absolutely. Now I love all the signage, everything behind you, phenomenal. And this is really what the American Football Legends League is bringing back to life. Those great moments and the athletes in their prime, no injuries, where they get to roll out again, and you put best versus best in those dream scenarios in the AFLL.
Yeah, and I'm looking forward to it because, I mean, like you said before, my dad and I will be in the same backfield, and so I'm looking forward to that. And so if I were the coach, I'd probably give myself the ball more than him. but you know, that's just how it goes.
Right.
It's up to the coach. I mean, you know, but once again, it's one of those things where you bring all these former players into a league and you get to play, like you said, no injuries, and they're totally healthy, and guys get to match their stats up against each other and see what happens.
Yeah, it's football heaven. And absolutely. So when we were at the Pro Football Hall of Fame in October for the AFLL Legends League franchise auction, you mentioned that on the show. You said, how amazing would it be if you can have two Metcalfs in the backfield, your dad and you both at your peak playing side by side. And the great thing is Team Beowulf, who you're on, also drafted your dad. And so both of you are in that backfield. So I'm with you. I can't wait to see how that plays out.
Yeah, as long as I get the ball more than he does.
Yeah.
That's all that matters. That's all that matters. Because once again, you know, like you said, in this league, guys cannot get hurt. So I can go out there and play as much as I can and carry the ball as much as I can and have fun. And so I need the ball more than the other Metcalf for sure.
Yes. 100. And listen, I gave the coaches a heads up. I said, I better not be seeing any play calls Metcalf up the middle. No.
Hey,
we don't want that.
Hey, but look here. And this will be, I will pay them to give me the ball more. And it's legal in this league.
Yes, it is.
And I'll actually be trying to win. That's why I will pay them to give me the ball more.
Yes, that is. Yeah, there's no administrative stuff you got to worry about there. Absolutely. That's amazing. And so as we're going along and we have each of these teams and each of these matchups, you know, from all over, from eras 1950 all the way up to present, is there any particular type of matchup either for yourself to be tested against or just a all-time matchup that maybe you always wondered about? Like, let's say, you know, how would Jim Brown fare going head-to-head against Lawrence Taylor? Or how would Ray Lewis go against another offensive player? Is there any matchups that you're particularly interested in to seeing how they're going to play out in the AFLL?
See, for me, it's not individual matchups. More so, for me, it's more so how guys would fit in certain game plans, in certain styles of football. How Jim Brown would fit in systems that are run today, in the spread offense, or myself, or guys like that. That's what I look forward to. Mm-hmm. Is just saying, especially offensive guys. This defense is relatively the same. You go out there, you run a cover 2, cover 1, cover 0, and you attack the ball. But offense, we're talking about receivers from back in the day who might have had best years of 50 catches just because that's the way the game was played when it was, you know, 3 yards in a cloud of dust, right?
Right.
And now, the way they're throwing the ball 50, 60 times a game today, those receivers would catch a lot of balls, have a lot of touchdowns, and probably a lot of yards. So it's interesting to see, like, running backs who will also be in a spread offense and be able to run instead of having to run everything between the tackles. No Metcalf up the middle, like you said. Be a lot of draws, be a lot of off tackles, and because there's so many receivers on the field, it's spread out. And so that's what I would be more interested in.
I'm with you. I think it's going to be fascinating to see how this plays out over the 16-week regular season and then playoffs. 8 games a week, all on YouTube. You can subscribe now, AFLL.live. Subscribe, like, watch all those game broadcasts in the game of the week. Now, Eric, also, if people haven't heard yet, your Red Hot NFTs are out now on UltimateSportsNFTs.com. Your 1 of 1 is coming, but your 5-set collection is right now. They look incredible. They're up there. it's so interesting, I would think, to have like this hot area of NFTs, which is red hot all across the world, and you got your own setup right now. That's pretty cool.
Yeah, it is interesting. I mean, you know, who would have thought this would ever come into fruition? You know, back in the day, even when
Yeah.
people were talking about NFTs, I never thought that I would have my own, and now I have my own, and people have, like you said, the opportunity to get the five, and then the one, and so it's cool because you have the one and one, and it's fun because once again, these are things that only one. And you know,
Yep.
and people can have it and own it and do whatever they want with it, and that means if they want to sell it to someone else, they can do that. But the thing is, they have it and they have the ownership of it.
Yep, and they get to have a piece of your digital career, which is so exciting. It's come a long way from the old Topps cards I got, my old Eric Metcalf one right there. The NFTs have come a long way for that
Right.
one. So now, Eric, also we talk about it whenever we have you on. Your amazing E21 cigar line, and also in this digital universe, when we have as the season goes on and these auctionable collectibles, there might be something like maybe a signed E21 cigar box or something like that. Tell people a little bit about your cigar collection, and they just, for those who haven't checked it out, they just look. Never mind how you actually use it, but they actually look phenomenal.
Oh, well, they're actually EM21s, and
Yep,
and so
EM21s.
and yeah, made by Prohibition Cigars down in Florida. And so I teamed up with my friend Alberto Rivera, and so we made this cigar, and it's amazing. I made it to my taste, and so I think everyone will like it. And we're gonna roll out more. We came out with the original signature line, but we're gonna roll out more flavors, more links, and everything, and gauges, and so give people a little something to try and figure it out as we go. It's a business that, you know, that cigars and tobacco will be around for a million years because you can always grow it and all that. And so we have the opportunity to take our time and put out the best possible brand that we can.
And that's the cool thing too. The EM21s, it's not just, someone came to you and you're like, oh, okay, slap Eric Metcalf on. No, you helped design this. Like that's what's so cool about this for people who are going to buy it, is it's to your specifications, to specifically to you. So it's a real personal touch.
Yeah, everything is to the logo is to my specification. Yeah. The fact that the EM21, my signature is on it. I actually on the label there's Mount Rainier and Lake Washington on it, so people will recognize that it's from Seattle. And so, and then going back to the actual cigar, like you said, I had tasted probably 30 different cigars before I decided what I wanted, because I knew it was about what I liked. I mean, you put out a cigar, you want everyone to like it, but if I don't like it, then what doesn't matter? And so I wanted to find something that I really liked and felt like anyone that I gave it to would probably like it as well. And so far, it's been amazing, and everyone has liked them.
Excellent. So EM21 cigars, customized Eric Metcalf from Prohibition Cigars. NFTs, you can get your Eric Metcalf 5-set NFT, ultimatesportsnfts.com. Of course, they can follow you on social media, and they can watch you and your dad in the Beowulf backfield in the American Football Legends League. Eric, always a pleasure. Thank you so much.
Thank you. And hopefully they'll be watching me more than my dad. Once again, I need the ball.
I'll tell the coaches. I'll put in a word for you.
Yeah, let's do that.
All right, there he is, the great Eric Metcalf.